Nomad sent me their new Cruise collection palettes, and I couldn't be more excited to share them with you. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 different looks that I created in just 2 days' time. I used every shade in this matte palette in these looks, and I used 9 of the 15 shimmers. If you're thinking about buying these palettes, but you're not sure if they're suitable for over 50 eyes, then stick around because I'm going to give you all the info you need to make a good purchasing decision. Usually, Nomad releases 1 palette at a time, and this time they released 2. One is all matte, and one is all shimmer. Something they did that I think is rather genius. The matte palette has a matte finish, and the shimmer palette has a glossy finish. So you can tell which one is which without having to read the package. When Nomad releases a palette, it's always based around a destination. The Cruise collection invites you into a dream of sun-kissed freedom, where the breeze is warm, water endless, and time drifts by softly. Sailing between busy ports and quiet coves, life on board unfolds in slow mornings, sun-drenched afternoons, and sparkling evenings. This is a voyage through color, shimmer, and unforgettable memories. The Coastal Cruise matte palette has 15 luxurious and velvety mattes inspired by nautical tones, natural hues, and coastal colors. The Aurora Cruise shimmer palette has 15 radiant shimmers and duochromes inspired by glittering coastlines, shifting seas, and dancing lights of the horizon. Nomad also has a cause that they support with every launch, and for this launch, Nomad is supporting the Ocean Conservancy and their work to keep our oceans healthy and thriving. Thank you, Nomad, for supporting these causes and for sending these palettes to me. Nomad also provided a code where you can save 10% if you put that in when you order. It is Tina H, and it is not an affiliate code for me. I don't earn anything on it. I just want you all to be able to save a little bit if you decide to purchase these palettes. One thing that Nomad has done with these palettes that they've never done before is they are magnetic. And my favorite magnetic depotting tool is this Mechanics telescoping magnet because it works really well to get a pan out of the palette without digging your fingers into it. Now these actually have a little spot where you could get your finger into and pull it out that way, but you're still going to get your thumb on the palette. The pans do not have the name on the back of them. So if you're going to do any rearranging and you want to get them back where they belong, use the little round garage sale stickers and write the name on there and then stick it on the back so that you can get it back in the right spot if that's important to you. This that I have on my eyes is actually the 5th look I do. So stick around to the end if you want to see what I use to do this one. Let's get into look number 1. For this first look, I decided to use the greens in the center of the palette. And the first color I went into with a fluffy blending brush was Coastal Fog. I put this in the crease and above up to the orbital bone for the transition shade. Next, I went into the lightest shade in the palette, Sand Prince, and put that all over the mobile lid. Next, I picked up Driftwood on a smaller fluffy brush and put that deep in the crease and in the outer V area. I was really impressed with how these shadows are blending. I also pulled it under the lower lash line to connect the top and the bottom. I then took the brush that I'd used for Coastal Fog and used it to smooth the harsh upper edge. Using a flat shader brush, I went into Ocean Depths just on the tip and used it to line the upper lash line. And I also put just a little bit in the outer corner to bring a little bit more depth there, and then blended just to soften it. And now it's shimmer time, and of course I have to use this gorgeous green called Emerald Jewel.
Wow.
These shimmers are just so gorgeous and so impactful.
Okay, that's with the brush. Let's do it with a finger. Oh, you're kidding. That's like liquid metal. Oh my goodness, gorgeous. I'm only doing this to the middle of the eye. It shifts like purple and green. Oh my goodness. I want to tone it down on the inner eye a little bit, so I think I'm going to use Dancing Sunlight.
I wanted more payoff than the brush was giving me, so I tried my finger, but still wasn't really happy. And so I decided to wet it. And I think that's the move with these shimmers if you want a lot of punch.
Yeah, and I think probably a glitter glue for these because they're a little bit chunky. But wow, are they pretty. Don't anybody come at me in the comments and tell me that old people can't wear this kind of look if they don't want to, because we can do whatever we want. I'm going to use this green, this foresty green eyeliner for a tight line. This is ancient, came in a Ipsy a long time ago. I haven't gotten Ipsy in 3 years. So some might say I should get rid of it. They might be right, but it's still creamy, it still works, and it hasn't bothered my eyes yet.
I'm always amazed how a look comes together when you've done the liner and lashes and blush and all of that. Very often I'll wait until my eyes are done to do my blush to make sure that I get the tone right.
For a lip, I've got the Maybelline Lifter Liner in Wine Leader and the Maracuja Juicy Lip in Creme Brulee. I love this formula, and it smells so good. I do not like this ULTA tubing mascara. It gets everywhere. Here is look number 1 with the Nomad Cruise palettes. What do you think? I think it's beautiful.
This is the look that I put on before I went to church this morning. It's an all matte look and I think it's really pretty. It's already been on my eyes about 7.5 hours and it is not fading at all. It's holding up really well. I would fully expect that I will be able to wear this 10, 12 hours without any trouble at all. I did use my Ulta Beauty eye primer when I put this on. And I'm going to show you how I did it here. First shade I'm going to go into is Dusk Veil. It looks like a really pretty cool toned taupe. There is a bit of powder kick up in the pan. I don't know if you can see that. So you might want to tap off before you go in on your eye to reduce fallout. But wow, is it going on easily and blending really well. It looks a little more gray on my eye than it looked in the pan. I was expecting just a little bit more taupe than gray, but it's really pretty. And then working right on down the line to Twilight Time, I am going to put that deeper in the crease. That's pretty. Really pretty cool toned brown. I have a really hard time finding a good cool tone brown that doesn't pull warm on me, but I think maybe I found it. It is really pretty. I'm going to pull that in just a little bit on this lower outer third. These are pretty pigmented, so if you get this, I would suggest building up slowly. It's so much easier to add than it is to take away if you get too much. Oh, so pretty. And then I'm going to take a smaller domed brush and go into Silent Abyss. That's this black. And I'm going to be pretty careful with it because I don't want to get too deep and smoky for church. But I do want to deepen it up a little bit. Oh, pretty pretty. And I'm also going to take it on a liner brush and just stamp it right into the lash line. Then I'm going to go into Sand Prints. It's the lightest shade in the palette. I'm just going to put that on the inner portion of the lid just to kind of lighten it up and blend that all together. And then with the brush that I used for Dusk Veil, I'm just going to take and blend the top edge. And that's it for this look. I'm going to go off camera, do the other eye, all the details, and I will show you the finished look. And here it is complete. I think it's really pretty, and these mats perform superbly. Really nice. I'm going to do 2 more looks, one on each eye, because I want to cram as much information into this video as I possibly can. So far, I've used these 2 rows. So now I'm going to move to this. Let's check out these blues, shall we? And so I'm going to go into Cool Current and put that actually on the whole lid as a base, and then up into the transition area above the crease, just under the orbital bone. This will give me a good base for anything that I want to do, because honestly right now I'm not sure what that's going to be. But I really want to try these blues. I love that these shades are colorful, but they're kind of muted. And I want to see if the blues continue that theme of muted color, to see if I can get a look with blue that doesn't leave me feeling like Mimi on the Drew Carey show. And then Quiet Wake, I'm going to just use the same brush. I think it's small enough to go right into the crease. I expected it to be a little deeper than that. Okay. It's a little brighter than I anticipated. I'm going to take a little bit more concentrated brush and see if I can get a little more depth of color on that one, or if it's just that light. I think it might just be that light. Okay, I'm going to color switch and clean that brush off so that I can blend the edges a little bit. I'm going to take a pencil brush and go into open water. And I really want to just pack some color on this outer V. And then with a little bit of a stiffer blending brush so that I can control where it goes. Blend that out. It's a really pretty shade. And then I'm going to take this. Just got it on my nose. Oh my goodness. Let me pretend we didn't see that. Alright, I think I fixed it. These blend like a dream. Can't believe. That was a really, really deep pigmented shade, and it just, it just blended out so nicely. And then I am going to use some glitter primer for these shimmer shades, because they are a little bit chunky and I want them to stay on my eye. I got just a tiny little bit on my finger and dab, and then use this little brush to tap it in without disturbing the color underneath. I think I need one of these 2. What do you think? I wish you could tell me. Let's go for that one, and then maybe we'll use that one to brighten it up a little bit. I'm going to use a brush because I really want to kind of control this a little bit better, but I may end up wetting it. Oh, goodness. I am feeling some fallout. Let me wet this. And you just want to kind of pack it on. The shift in this is incredible. A little pink, purple. Wow. It's very opaque. It's not just a topper shade. So let's see how badly or not it emphasizes texture on my eyelid, shall we? Because sometimes a shimmer can really emphasize your texture, but sometimes if it's opaque enough, it can actually hide it. That's really pretty. And now I'm going to go into Prism. That was Ocean's Crown, by the way. And now Prism Tide looks like it's more. It looks like it's a lighter blue, but I'm not sure it is. Let's see what happens. Oh, it is a little bit lighter blue. Okay. Goodness sakes. I'm going to be colorful. I'm not sure that this is necessarily what I would consider an everyday eye look, but it's kind of fun. And then, just for fun, I'm going to take a little shimmering pearl. Where are the two of those join? Ooh, that is bright. Okay, let me see if I can anchor this a little bit. Let's take open water on that pencil brush. Put a little of that underneath. I feel like there needs to be something happening on the lower lash line with all that's happening above. Now, I don't know with my contacts if I'm actually going to want to wear like an inner corner highlight, but I'm going to try Dancing Starlight. I am going to wet it and just pop that right in the inner corner. Just to brighten that up a little bit right there. Let me give a little swoopy up here. I think this needs a charcoal tightline. And I'm going to leave it there until I do the other eye, and then I'll go off camera and do lashes and blush and lips and that kind of thing, and I'll come back and I'll show you both of them finished. But before I do that, let's go back to this column right here, the kind of pinky rose, but almost a little bit warm pinky rose. Let's see if I can find another clean brush. Thankfully, almost all of my eye brushes are clean right now, and I'm going to go into First Light. And that's going where I took that blue shade on the other eye. Oh, that is really pretty. Oh, I like this. It's a pink, but it's not like pink. It's just very subtle. So I was planning these looks based on which one I wanted to leave on, because I'm doing these two. Then I'm going to wash my face, and then I'm going to do a third one on both eyes, and that's the one I'm going to leave on for the rest of the day. But I'm kind of maybe thinking I wish that this was the one. This might be my favorite shade I've used so far. And you might be thinking, you know, it's a little boring, but it's so subtle, and it's not warm, and it's not cool. It's neutral. Okay, so it's just a really pretty neutral pink. Okay, I suppose I've gone on enough about the pink. Harbor Rose is the next one, and that is a deeper shade, so I'm going to tap a little of that off and just tap, tap, tap to start with so that it goes where I want it, and I'm able to distribute it a little bit more easily than if I just like on plonk right there and then it was all stuck there. And then I can blend. I'm going to take just a little bit more and come in on the outer third. This is the way I like to do my eyes because it works really well for my eye shape. But if you have a different eye shape and this doesn't work for you, then just play around, watch other tutorials, and see what does work for you, what you do like. That's really pretty. All right, one more brush because I want to go into the deeper shade. This is Evening Horizon, and again, I'm tapping that on this outer portion here. I like having this gradient of dark, medium, and light as it goes up. I feel like it helps lift the eye up and out. And I try not to get the color below an imaginary line that goes from the outer portion of my eye out to my temple area, because that would make your eyes look more droopy on the outside. And then I feel like that would kind of make me look sad, and I don't want to look sad. The lifted look makes me feel like it looks more awake and happy. And then I want to take that initial first light and do a little blend at the top corner because I feel like I got a little smudgy up there. I'm also going to now go into sand prints, and I'm going to just put that on the inner portion of the lid because I want to show you just another really beautiful matte look that you can achieve with this palette. But they didn't just create a matte palette, did they? And so because this is makeup and it's fun, I want to play. You just want them to set down, feel a little bit tacky before you go in with your glitters. So I think I'm going to go with some of these oranges. Why not? So I'm going to take these three, darker, medium, light, coming in like that. The first one is Sparkling Sunset. And I like to straighten my eye out because otherwise the glitter glue will kind of stick my eye, the crease together, and then it'll look like the shadow crease, but it really didn't. It just never got a chance to get in there in the first place. And then Golden Hour. Golden Hour goes next. Oh, that's pretty. Clean those off, use the same brush, and then Dancing Sunlight again on the inner portion. It looks like a sunrise. Can you imagine going on a cruise and taking these palettes with you? You would have such fun eye looks and so much versatility. All right, I'm just going in and building up that crease color a little bit more, and then the lightest shade and blending out the top. That's pretty. What do you think for a tight line and a liner? I think a brown. I'm going to try Hidden Treasure. Stamping that into my lash line. Yeah, brown. That's what I need there. You know what? Let's take Cruise Deck. I don't want to take those pinks under my eye because I don't want to end up looking like a pink eye. So Cruise Deck is a little bit of a warmer brown, and I think that looks really good under there. And then I'll use my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On pencil to tight line. I'm going to do a silver in the waterline on that side and a gold on that side. Okay, I'm going to go away for a couple seconds, put on some mascara, a lip, some blush. I'll be right back. Okay, I know this looks a little bit crazy, but just go with it. I use the e.l.f. Primer Infused Shimmer Blush in Always Preppy on this side of my face for a little bit more cool tone pink, and then I used the classic Milani Luminoso for more of a warm blush look. And then I used the Ravi Beauty Effortless Lips in Tulip on my lips because I think it kind of covers both spectrums. It's got the pink, but it's also just a little bit warm. So I didn't want to put two different lipsticks on. I think that would have been a little too much with the split face thing, but it's a little bit crazy looking at me with two different eyes, and it's hard to judge the look when it clashes like this. I'm going to use the postcard and cover up one side of my face. And then the other. Which one of these two very colorful looks is your favorite? And now for the fifth and final look with these Nomad palettes. This is actually the one that I'm going to be starting the video with, so you've already seen it, but now I'm going to show you how I achieved it. And like with all of the looks except for the first one, I am going to be using the ULTA eye primer. It looks different than this now. I'll put a picture of what the package looks like now. This is the matte eye primer, and the shade I think was Nude or something like that. But I like it because it's cool toned, and I like that it just kind of blanks out my eyelid, giving me a blank, smooth canvas to put on my eyeshadow. Okay, so the only column I haven't used is this one. I think I've actually used each of these shades in other looks, but I'm going to use this whole column together for this look. And I'm just going to do one eye to make it go quicker. But I'm going to do the other eye then to show you what it would look like as a matte look before I go in with some shimmers. Because you might only want the matte palette, and that will give you an idea of what this column will look like. So with a fluffy brush, I'm going in with sand prints just all over the lid. This sets my primer and gives a base for blending. I love that this palette has this light shade in it. It makes a really good base for any look you want to do, or helps brighten up the inner corner or the inner portion of the lid for so many of the looks. And it's just a great creamy neutral beige. It's not too warm, it's not too cool, it's not too bright. I think it's a really, really well done shade. Cruise Deck is next, and it is just a rich, warm brown. I'm going to tap, tap, tap that one into the crease before I start blending and taking it a little bit higher. The goal here, especially if you have hooded eyes, is that when you open your eye and look straight into the mirror, my mirror's down here, but pretend that you're my mirror. When you look straight into the mirror, you can still see the shade up here. If your eyes are more hooded than mine are, you might need to take it up a little bit higher than I do. And if they're less hooded than mine, you might not need to take it up as high. Sometime when you're not going anywhere, just sit down and play. Try different techniques, put the shades in different places, and just to see how you like it. Sometimes playing with color just brightens your mood, even if you're not going anywhere. Hidden Treasure is a really deep, rich, chocolatey brown. And I'm going to put that one, I'm going to pack that in the outer corner here. And then take kind of a pointed, fluffier brush just to circle and blend that. If you wanted to really pack it on, you could do a deep brown smoky eye so easily. Shades are so easy to work with. Oh, this formula. And back in with sand prints to blend out those edges. And a flat shader brush with sand prints to clean up the inner lid. Brighten it up. And if you just had this matte palette, this is a gorgeous everyday neutral look. I know I don't have liner and lashes on yet, but really, really pretty. Moving into the shimmer palette, which one should I use? I'm kind of tempted to go with this green. I don't think I want pink. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this kind of grungy foresty green, but I do want to use the glitter primer. I really think that for these shimmers, because they're a little bit chunky, you're going to get a much better result if you use a glitter glue. This is Tidal Reflections, and it's kind of a bronzy green. Oh. Let's see what this looks like on the eye. I just built a bunch of fallout on that one. That's pretty. You know what I didn't do? I didn't wet it. I need a little more impact with wetting it. Just for grins, what happens if I use my finger? Pretty, pretty. I think I'm going to do Dancing Sunlight on this inner portion to brighten this up. I can see me using Dancing Sunlight with a lot of looks in these palettes. This is so much fun. Okay. Now, I am going to take Morning Mist and just kind of tap tap right there between them. Did I ruin it? I don't know. Can you ruin it? If you wanted it to be a little more subtle, don't do that, because that really cranked it up. Man, those shimmers are pretty. Going back into Cruise Deck, just real quick. I'm gonna just fix where I may have lost some of that crease definition. And then sand prints right there. I'm gonna do liners, lashes, and lips, and I'll be right back to wrap this up. Actually, I did the liner, but I feel like I want to use Hidden Treasure above the lash line as well. It just feels like it needs it. And I don't know if I can tell you why I feel like it needs it, but I just feel like it needs that anchor point at the lashes. And I'm gonna try my little baby flick. To define that lower edge. I think I need to do a little cleanup right in here. I got the color a little bit low. I think the problem is it's all over my fingers, and so I will just show you how easy it is to fix that. Take a tiny little bit of a brightening concealer and just dab it along the line that you want to clean up. And that's really all you have to do. Okay, lashes, I'll be right back. 2 coats of the Tarte Maneater mascara on my lashes. And for my lips, I'm going to use the ColourPop So Juicy Plumping Lip Liner in Tease. And this is plumping in a minty sort of way, not a hot chili pepper sort of way. I am not about the burn my lips off to make them plump kind of life. I'd rather have thin lips. And then the So Juicy Plumping Gloss Balm. I don't know the shade because it's on here and it's tiny, and I will put it on the screen. That is so pretty and so comfortable. I'll have everything else that's on my face right now listed and linked in the description box. So what do you think of look number 5? Let me know down in the comments below which one was your favorite. I'm not sure which one was my favorite. I really like this one, but I also liked the sunrise one with this and the shimmers. Some people may think the shimmers are just over the top. Some of you may love them. I think they're super fun to play with. They're gorgeous, and the formula is amazing. The mattes, oh, really, really like this matte palette. The formula is fantastic. And I love that they are colorful, but they're muted colorful. So they're not like bam in your face rainbow palette. Very wearable. You can do a lighter everyday look. You can get deep and smoky in all of the different color ranges, and you can also mix and match. So while these are absolutely stunning and so much fun, for me this one is the star of the show. So how about you? Are you planning on picking up one or both of the new Nomad Cruise collection palettes? There are also 2 highlighters in this collection that I did not receive, but they look gorgeous as well. If you do want to pick them up, my code is TinaH, and that will save you 10%. And it's not an affiliate code. It's just to help you save a little bit of money. If you would like to see another Nomad palette video, I'll put the one I did for Ghost Town right over there, and you can go check it out. Stay confident, stay curious, stay you. I'll see you in that one or in another one. God bless. Bye-bye.